Have you ever walked into a room, stopped and thought, now what on earth did I come in here for? You stand there scratching your head, hoping the reason pops back into your mind. It can be frustrating, right? And it happens more often as the years go by. Maybe you've noticed you forget little things. Where you left your glasses, someone's name you just heard, or even a story you meant to tell. You're not alone. Memory slips are part of life. But here's the important thing. Just because we're getting older doesn't mean our memory has to fade away completely. Our brains are like muscles, and with the right kind of exercise, they can stay strong, sharp, and flexible, even after 60. Think about it like this. You wouldn't expect to stay fit physically if you stopped moving altogether. You'd get stiff, tired, and lose your strength. The brain works the same way. It thrives on activity, novelty, and challenge. And here's the good news. You don't need hours of study or complicated puzzles to keep it healthy. Just 10 minutes a day of simple, enjoyable exercises can make a real difference. That's less time than it takes to watch the news, sip your morning coffee, or scroll through the paper. Small steps add up, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're diving into 6 powerful brain exercises you can do daily to keep your memory strong and avoid the mental fog that so many people worry about after 60. And let me reassure you, it's not about doing anything complicated or overwhelming. These are fun, practical things you can weave into your everyday routine. You'll feel more alert, more confident, and more in control of your memory. Let's start with something so simple, yet so powerful, that you might smile at how easy it is. It's about using your non-dominant hand. That's right. If you're right-handed, try using your left hand to brush your teeth, stir your coffee, or even open doors. If you're left-handed, switch to your right. Why does this matter? Because your brain is wired to take the easy route, and when you switch hands, you force it to wake up and pay attention. Suddenly, something automatic becomes a challenge, and your brain cells light up in new ways. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, which basically means your brain's ability to adapt and grow new connections. Now, I know it might feel a little awkward or even clumsy at first, but that's exactly the point. That little bit of struggle means your brain is working. Think of it like stretching a stiff muscle. It might resist, but the more you do it, the more flexible it becomes. Try pouring your tea with your opposite hand, or even dialing a number. You'll be surprised how much sharper you feel when you bring a little novelty into the everyday. Another wonderful exercise that takes almost no time at all is something we naturally do as children, but sometimes forget as adults: visualizing. Here's how it works. Close your eyes for a moment and picture a familiar place, maybe your kitchen or your childhood home. Walk through it in your mind, noticing as many details as you can. What color was the couch? Where did you keep the salt and pepper? Was there a clock ticking in the corner? By pulling up these images and details, you're training your brain to strengthen recall. You can make it more fun by turning it into a game. Let's say you go to the grocery store. When you come home, instead of tossing the receipt aside, take a few minutes to see how many items you can remember without looking. Apples, bread, milk, whatever it was, then check the list. Over time, this simple practice makes it easier to remember names, dates, or where you left your car keys. It's like sharpening your brain's camera lens so it captures things more clearly. And speaking of fun, let's not forget how powerful music is for memory. Have you ever heard a song from your teenage years and instantly been transported back to a moment, dancing at a party, driving with friends, or sitting by the radio? Music taps into parts of the brain that are deeply connected to memory and emotion. One of the best daily exercises you can do is to hum or sing along with songs from your past. Not only does it lift your spirits, but it also exercises recall in a joyful way. If you really want to challenge your brain, try learning the words to a new song or even revisiting an old favorite without peeking at the lyrics. Before we move on, let me pause for a quick moment to ask, if you're finding this helpful so far, go ahead and give this video a like. And if you'd like more tips like this to keep your mind and body thriving after 60, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any of our future videos designed just for you. Now let's keep going, because we've only just begun. We've talked about using your non-dominant hand, visualizing details, and the magic of music. and you might already feel inspired to try one of these today. But there are even more exercises that can bring fresh energy to your brain in just a few minutes. So let's turn our attention to another simple but surprisingly powerful activity that you can add to your routine starting right now. Think for a moment about the last time you told a story. Maybe it was sharing a memory with family around the dinner table, or explaining something that happened at the store. Storytelling is something we've done our whole lives, but did you know it's also one of the most effective brain workouts? When you recall events, put them in order, and explain them out loud, you're strengthening memory, attention, and even language skills all at once. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could pick a moment from your day, like the time you chatted with your neighbor or tried a new recipe, and then retell it as if you were sharing it with a friend. Here's where it gets even more powerful. Try adding little details. Instead of saying, "I went to the park," you might say, "I went to the park in the afternoon, the one with the tall oak trees, and I noticed the children playing soccer while I sat on the bench." These details train your brain to hold on to richer pieces of information, which strengthens recall. You could even make it into a playful exercise with a partner. One of you tells a short story, and the other repeats it back, trying to include every detail. It's amazing how much sharper your mind feels after just a few rounds. Another exercise I really love involves engaging your senses. Memory isn't just about words or numbers. It's deeply tied to what we see, smell, taste, touch, and hear. Think about how the smell of fresh cookies can bring back memories of childhood, or how touching an old quilt reminds you of your grandmother's house. A simple daily practice is to sit quietly with something nearby and focus on it with all your senses. Maybe it's an apple. Notice the shine of the skin, the crisp sound when you bite into it, the sweetness on your tongue, even the faint scent it gives off. By deliberately tuning into your senses, you're teaching your brain to anchor experiences more strongly. Later, when you want to remember something, those sensory anchors help bring it back. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you: learning a few new words. Yes, vocabulary is an incredible way to keep your brain active. You don't need to memorize long lists like in school. Just pick one new word a day. It could be from a book, a crossword puzzle, or even the dictionary. Try to use it in conversation once or twice during the day. For example, if you learn the word serendipity, you might say, "It was serendipity that I bumped into my old friend at the market today." By using new words, you're exercising the language centers of your brain, and you might even enjoy the satisfaction of sounding a little sharper in conversation. Some people ask, "But what if I don't remember the word the next day?" That's okay. The act of trying, of stretching your brain towards something new, is what matters. Over time, some words will stick, and even the ones that slip away still gave your brain a healthy challenge. Think of it like lifting weights at the gym. Even if you don't keep the weight in your hands, the muscle still grows from the effort. Before we move further, let me gently remind you, if you're enjoying these tips, please hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue sharing content that supports your health and happiness after 60, and it keeps you connected to new ideas that can enrich your life every week. Now, imagine blending these exercises into your day. You could start your morning by brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand, hum a favorite song while making breakfast, tell a story to a loved one over lunch, and challenge yourself with a new word in the evening. None of it takes more than a few minutes, but together, it creates a daily routine that keeps your brain active, lively, and resilient. But we're not done yet. There are still more ways to keep your memory strong and your mind sharp, and the next one might be something you've been doing already without realizing just how powerful it is. Let's explore it together. Have you ever sat down with a puzzle, maybe a crossword, a Sudoku, or even a jigsaw, and felt time just slip away as you got lost in the challenge? That's not just entertainment. That's your brain getting a workout. Problem-solving activities like these are like gym sessions for your mind. They sharpen focus, improve reasoning skills, and strengthen memory pathways. The key isn't to do them for hours on end, but to enjoy them regularly, even in short bursts. 10 minutes with a crossword over your morning coffee or fitting together a few puzzle pieces before bed can do wonders for your mental sharpness. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to stick to traditional puzzles if they don't excite you. Any game that makes you think, strategize, or recall information is helping your brain. Card games like Bridge, Rummy, or even Solitaire challenge you to plan ahead and remember what's been played. Word searches or simple logic games on your phone can be just as effective. What matters is that your brain isn't on autopilot. It's engaged, curious, and active. But let's add a twist here. If you really want to get the most out of these exercises, try mixing things up. Our brains love novelty. If you've always done crossword puzzles, try Sudoku for a change. If you usually play Solitaire, switch to a memory-matching game. By introducing variety, you push your brain out of its comfort zone, forcing it to create new pathways rather than just walking the same familiar trails. Think of it like taking a different route on your daily walk. Suddenly you're noticing new sights, sounds, and feelings. Now let's talk about one of my favorite brain exercises, and it might surprise you because it doesn't involve sitting still at all. Movement, especially movement combined with coordination, is a powerful way to boost memory. Activities like dancing, Tai Chi, or even simply walking while swinging your arms engage both sides of the brain. When you move rhythmically or follow patterns, you're not just exercising your body, you're strengthening communication between different parts of your brain. Take dancing, for example. Learning the steps to a new dance isn't just fun, it's memory training in disguise. You're recalling sequences, paying attention to timing, and coordinating your movements, all of which keep your brain firing on all cylinders. Even if dancing isn't your thing, you can bring this into daily life. Try marching in place while tapping your opposite shoulder, or walking around your house while reciting a poem or prayer you know by heart. It may feel a little silly at first, but that's part of the fun, and it's an incredible way to keep your mind and body working together. Another little gem for brain health is curiosity. Think about the last time you asked yourself, I wonder how that works. Maybe it was about a bird you saw outside, a word someone used, or a new recipe. Every time you follow up on that curiosity, by looking it up, trying something new, or simply asking questions, you're exercising your brain's natural learning ability. Lifelong learning is one of the strongest protectors against memory decline. It doesn't mean going back to school unless you want to. It simply means keeping that spark of curiosity alive. Even reading a short article about something new or trying out a different way of cooking your favorite dish counts. And if you share what you've learned with someone else, you double the benefit. Because teaching reinforces memory even more strongly. That conversation with a friend or family member becomes a memory workout without you even noticing. Before we move ahead, I want to thank you for staying with me so far. If these ideas are making you smile or sparking a little inspiration, give this video a like and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That way, you'll always have fresh, uplifting content to keep your mind and body thriving after 60. So far, we've touched on everything from puzzles and games to movement, music, storytelling, and even curiosity as powerful tools for memory. Each one can fit easily into your day, and each one trains your brain in a unique way. And now, let's continue exploring, because there are still a couple more exercises that may surprise you with just how simple and effective they can be. One of the most overlooked but incredibly effective exercises for your brain is meditation. Now, before you picture sitting cross-legged for hours in silence, let me reassure you, it doesn't have to be like that. Meditation can be as simple as closing your eyes, taking a few slow breaths, and focusing your attention on the present moment. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can calm your mind, reduce stress, and improve memory. You see, when our minds are cluttered with worries and distractions, it's much harder to store and recall information. Meditation gives your brain a reset button, helping it process more clearly and remember more easily. If sitting still feels difficult, you can try what's called mindful walking. The next time you go for a short stroll, focus on the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, or the sounds around you. This gentle awareness keeps your mind active and alert, while also giving you the benefits of movement. Think of it as a two-in-one exercise, calming the mind while engaging the body. Another powerful way to protect your memory is social connection. Talking, laughing, And sharing time with others is not only good for the heart, it's fuel for the brain. Conversations require you to listen, remember, respond, and sometimes even tell stories. All of this challenges your brain in a natural, enjoyable way. You don't have to go to big gatherings. Even a phone call with a friend or a chat with a neighbor can make a difference. And if you combine social time with some of the exercises we've already talked about, like playing a game, singing together, or teaching each other something new, you get double the benefits. It's easy to think of memory exercises as something you have to do, like homework. But really, they're most effective when they're part of the things that already bring you joy. If you love cooking, try memorizing recipes or challenging yourself to cook without looking at the instructions. If you enjoy gardening, learn the names of new plants and see how many you can recall later. The secret is weaving memory practice into everyday life so that it never feels like a chore. And remember, it's not about being perfect. Everyone forgets things now and then. That's part of being human. What matters is keeping your brain engaged, curious, and active. These little daily exercises add up over time, building resilience and protecting you against memory loss. Just like watering a plant helps it grow strong, giving your brain these small but regular challenges helps it stay sharp. Now, let's take a quick step back and notice the bigger picture. We've explored so many ways you can exercise your brain in just 10 minutes a day, using your non-dominant hand, visualizing details, singing along with music, telling stories, engaging your senses, learning new words, playing games, moving with coordination, sparking curiosity, meditating, and staying socially connected. Each one on its own is powerful, but together they create a lifestyle that keeps your mind vibrant and alive. And here's the most important part: it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your brain is capable of growth and renewal. Every new challenge you embrace strengthens your memory, your confidence, and your independence. You're proving to yourself day by day that age does not define your ability to stay sharp. So my friend, as you finish watching this video, I encourage you to pick just one exercise to try today. Maybe it's brushing your teeth with the other hand tonight, or calling a friend and sharing a funny story, or humming a favorite song while you cook dinner. Tomorrow, you can add another. The key is consistency and joy. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel and the more benefits you'll see. If you found value in this conversation, please give the video a like. It really helps. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you'll always have access to more tips, encouragement, and practical advice for living your best life after 60. I'd also love to hear from you. In the comments below, share which brain exercise you're most excited to try, or if you already have a favorite routine that keeps your memory strong. Your experience could inspire someone else who's watching. And as we close, let me leave you with this thought. Your memory is not something that slips away with age. It's something you can nurture, protect, and strengthen every single day. With just 10 minutes, you can invest in your brain, your happiness, and your future. Here's to living fully, remembering clearly, and celebrating the gift of every new day.